their identity in the first few minutes of the game.
The starters and the tip when we come back, as this has been the Ford pregame show. Next up, it's Alabama and Longwood on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Texaco. Proven unbeatable mileage. Texaco with Techron. Driving performance. BASF. We create chemistry. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit RollTide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. And by Bud Light. It's for the fans. This has been the Ford pregame show. For great offers on F-150, visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Here we go. Tip-off is coming up on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
Touchdown! You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Walk On Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering, made-from-scratch Louisiana dishes or fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads, all in front of 70-plus TVs with over 40 beers on tap. Watching at home, Walk-Ons is available to go. Order online or through the Walk-Ons mobile app. Visit Walk-Ons in Tuscaloosa, Hoover, Montgomery, and Mobile. Walk-On Sports Bistro, more than a restaurant.
On the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Roll Tide. It's time to turn up for tip-off.
Catch and shoot, three, bottom. Oh, do it, baby. Runs into the front court, goes to the rim, elevates, and threw it home to the rack. It is good. The layup's good. Alabama leads by 3.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Barkley GMC, Tuscaloosa's leader. Barkley makes it easy. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and place your order now at an Alabama Chick-fil-A location. And by Texaco. Proven unbeatable mileage. Texaco with Techron. Driving performance. Now live on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Turn it up. It's game time.
A very nice opening night crowd here at Coleman Coliseum as we get set for the starting lineups presented by Walk-On Sports Bistro. Walk-Ons puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with a taste of Louisiana. Visit locations in Mobile, Montgomery, Hoover, or Tuscaloosa for your next game day experience. Walk-On Sports Bistro, more than a restaurant. We turn it over to public address voice Tony Giles to give us the starters.
University. At guard, a 6'4" graduate from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Number 1, Isaiah Wilkins. At guard, a 6'2" graduate student from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Number 3, Deshaun Wade. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Houston, Texas. Number 23, D.A. Houston. At forward, a 6'7" senior from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Number 0, Leslie Carrion. And at forward, a 6'6" senior from Virginia Beach, Virginia, number 25, Michael Christmas. Longwood's assistant coaches are Marty McGillen, Ronnie Thomas, and Quinn McDowell. And the Lancers' head coach is Griff Aldrich.
And they drop the lights and get set to introduce the Alabama starters in just a few moments. But Bryan Passink, a talented Alabama group. I'm looking forward to hearing the starters announced. There's only one guy that started for Alabama last year at any point. When Charles Bediako gets his name called, everybody else is going to go, okay, well, I've heard about this next guy, but I hadn't seen him, and that applies for all 4 of the starters.
Yeah, and Alabama is deep, and right now they don't have a defined starting lineup, and And I'm not so sure it matters. I think the rotation is what matters, and how Nate Oates feels most comfortable with this roster that will be 12 deep once Javon Quinterly and Dom Welch get back. How he will manage that roster, I think, will be important, especially in the non-conference. But you take a guy like Javon Quinterly, one of the best point guards in America when healthy. He's a guy that could come off the bench. It just depends where he's most useful and where he's most comfortable.
Once again, Tony Giles giving you the Alabama starters.
Stand and deliver a rolling tide for Alabama's starting five. At guard, a 6'1" junior from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, number 1, Mark Sears. At guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Nimari Burnett. At forward, a 6'10" freshman from Roebuck, South Carolina, number 15, Noah Clowney. At forward, a 6'9" freshman from Antioch, Tennessee, number 24, Brandon Miller. And at center, a 7-foot sophomore from Brampton, Ontario, number 14, Charles Bediako. The assistant coaches are Charlie Henry, Bryan Hodgson, and Antoine Petway. And Alabama's head coach is Nate Oates. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alabama basketball.
Bart Lennox, John Hampton, R.B. Clyburn, your officials for this game. As we're just about set to get things going, Brian Passink, the start of a season always exciting, but especially when you have as much talent as this Alabama squad does.
Yeah, Alabama trying to get back to the NCAA tournament for the 3rd straight year. And if you want to know how high expectations have gotten with this Alabama basketball program, you look back to last year, a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament, by all accounts, the 2nd best team in the last 16 years for Alabama. And when you talk to Nate Oates about what his expectations were for last year, there was some disappointment with the way they finished, and a team that had a chance to be better than they ended up being. And that just shows you where he expects this program to be. Alabama had wins against Gonzaga, Houston, Baylor, beat some of the best teams in the SEC, but had some downs against teams that were struggling, like Missouri, like Georgia. There were ups and downs a year ago, but the reason why Alabama was able to easily get in the NCAA tournament were quality wins in the non-conference. Alabama wants to duplicate that here in this season, but also be more consistent. Starts on the defensive end. Alabama did not have a great year statistically defensively, was 92nd in the country in defensive efficiency. This is a team that has a much better chance to be improved on that end of the floor. They're going to shoot it better just from a personnel standpoint. They didn't shoot it as well as they wanted to in the exhibition game against TCU and also Southern Illinois. But when you're defending at a high level, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. But this roster has a bunch of guys that can really fill it up from deep. We want to see that start. Hopefully that'll be the case tonight against a really good Longwood team.
In addition to our Crimson Tide Sports Network listeners, those also tuned in on the Varsity app, we're glad you're joining us. But also for our home games, watching us on Facebook Live. And let's see if we're in, we got in midseason form already. We'll get Stipe in.
I've been watching you do that with John Parker Wilson. Y'all have done a great job, but it's good to be courtside, Coleman Coliseum, with some fist bumps. Hopefully we'll have plenty as the year goes on.
We ain't got the no-look fist bump in yet, like
well,
you and I've
it's
gotten
Shell's
out
first
over
year
years.
together. We've been together for 20 years.
We have indeed, partner. Isaiah Wilkins will jump for Longwood, wearing the Navy uniforms, the white lettering. The Virginia School taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide, the white. Charles Bediako, crimson lettering. Tap control by Alabama, and we are underway from Coleman Coliseum. Sears will bring it front court for Alabama. Gets the man-to-man from Longwood. The left-hander cut off, looking low, nothing there. Out high, top of the arc, Bediako goes on the left wing to Miller. Miller dribbling to his right, gives it off right of the circle. Burnett back to Miller. Catch and shoot three off the mark. Rebounded his own miss. Pump fake layup, and the first two of his Alabama career are the first two of the season as well for the Tide.
It was a rush shot, not a great pass back to Miller, but realized it was short. Longwood doesn't get their block out assignments, and an easy 2, the first of many for Brandon Miller.
On the drive, right of the circle is Houston. Kicks it out to Christmas. Deep 3, and he knocks it home, and it's a 3-2 advantage for Longwood with 19:09 remaining in the opening half from Coleman Coliseum. Sears running the point, the Muscle Shoals Alabama native, getting it into the front court, surveying the floor, feeding it top of the circle to Burnett. Damari dribbling left, picking it up, giving it back to Sears. Tried to throw it down low, but it got batted into the hands of Miller on the wing. Over to Burnett. Extra kick in the corner. Clowney 3, no good. Rebound fought for and secured by Longwood. Tough, strong, physical veteran Longwood University squad. Here's Wilkins with it. Driving down the lane, stopping, spinning, giving it off. And Kieran will miss the layup attempt, and the rebound controlled by Miller. He will flip it ahead to Burnett. Damari back to the big fella. And the freight train down the middle of the lane. Throws it home. Charles Bediako making it 4-3 Bama.
That's what Alabama wants to do. Get stops and run the floor. And the 7-footer able to run. Damari Burnett rewards him. And Bama gets the easy dunk.
Wilkins driving. Stopped on the block. Kicks it over into the corner to Houston. Houston will bring it out high. Houston looking with a play clock, shot clock, down to 10 seconds. He will drive, gets into the lane. Left-handed layup, blocked by Bediako. Ball batted around, fought for, claimed by Longwood, and a foul is going to be called on Miller as
good defense.
The Lancers will have the free throws.
Good defensive possession by Alabama. The students behind us didn't like the call. Could have been a over the back on Mark Sears, but Longwood will get it back. Alabama doing a good job getting back in transition defense, getting some stops, and playing Nate Oates basketball, and that's getting out and running.
No free throws involved. My mistake. Longwood will get Houston out of the game. And Watson will come in and replace him. Zach Watson, that is. And Watson gets the inbounds pass. Fed it off to Napper, who's also in the ball game, a change for Longwood. Here's Wilkins to the elbow, gets into the paint, hesitates, pump fake on the shot, kicks it over onto the wing. A deep 3 is short, rebounded by Clowney, outlet pass to Sears, and Bama will push it. 4-3, Crimson Tide lead, 17:40 to go in the opening half. Clowney saved it on the wing, back to Sears, now left side, Burnett. Damari with 18 on the shot clock, goes baseline, cut off, almost fell, kicks it back out to Clowney, back to Damari, catch and shoot 3, rims out no good, rebound fought for, secured, oh man, by Longwood, and here comes the Lancers the other way, and Bama a little slow to get up. That's Miller, he seems fine now, in transition, Clowney the flush, count it, and he is fouled. We were all concerned, Brian. I saw Brandon Miller get clipped inadvertently on that previous rebound on the offensive trip for Alabama. Did not get up and get back defensively. I was afraid something bad had happened, but he seems to be fine.
And it was friendly fire. A teammate came over and hit Brandon Miller's knee. He was able to get up. He's still favoring that knee, a scary situation, but Alabama able to get the stop and out in transition. Once again, an Alabama interior player running the floor and getting rewarded by the Alabama guards. Damari Burnett with a beautiful pass to Noah Clowney. He throws it down and has a chance for an and one.
Clowney, again, part of this heralded class. He's out of Roebuck, South Carolina, 6'10", 210. The freshman from Dorman High School misses the free throw. Rebound fought for and secured by Longwood. Terrace got that board, and now it'll be Napper back to Laterrace, right wing, misses it, and the rebound secured by Miller, and he'll bring it himself into the front court for the Crimson Tide. Brandon working center of the floor, working off of a screen for Bediako. Picks it up, whips a pass left corner, all alone, 3-ball Burnett, missed that one. Rebound tip, fought for, and they'll call the foul on Longwood. Their head coach, Griff Aldrich, wanted an over-the-back foul on Alabama's Charles Bediako, and they're going to review, and this may be a hook and hold foul that they go with right here. The review brought to you by My Eye Doctor.
Alabama with some great looks here in the early going, moving the ball, finding open shooters, not able to convert from deep. Damari Burnett, former 5-star McDonald's All-American, one of 4 on this Alabama roster, has had a couple of open looks from the three-point line, not able to convert. But a guy that can really shoot it, defend. I think has a chance to have a big-time season for Alabama. And you know he's eager after sitting out for a year and a half a year, transfer from Texas Tech, comes over, was so excited to play a year ago, would have played a major role, tore his ACL. He's 100%, he's ready to go. Maybe a little rust, maybe a little nerves, and which is probably the case for many of these Alabama players. So many new faces, and there's always a little extra adrenaline, excitement in the home opener. A lot of expectations for Alabama, a lot of excitement, and right now, maybe a little too much excitement for these players as they have shown a few nerves.
Tom Stipe, our official review, again by My Eye Doctor.
As we have said many times, each official review is brought to you by My Eye Doctor with 20 locations to make your eye appointment more convenient. Eye care and eyewear really are better together at My Eye Doctor. Visit myeyedr.com to learn more.
That foul called on Watson. That'll be his second already. Team foul number three on Longwood. Tide works it into the far corner to Clowney. Back onto the wing. They'll go to Burnett. Namari trying to drive, lost the handle, and here comes Longwood the other way. Lancers get it to the elbow. Pull-up attempt blocked by Clowney. Noah will throw the outlet pass to Sears, and here's Bama the other way, up 6-3. Sears driving, got cut off, backs it out. Working away from trouble, dribbles to his right, between the legs, goes down the lane, kicks onto the wing. Clowney steps into a three, in and out, no good. That one was halfway down before it popped out.
Alabama continues to get good looks. Mark Sears in the lane, finding open teammates. Bama just not able to convert.
And Terrace misses the three, and the rebound controlled by Burnett. Gives it over to Miller, coming down the left sideline. Crosses over, goes down the lane. Finger roll of beauty, got it to drop, and Bama leads 8-3.
So smooth and has that extra gear. The hesitation explodes past the defender and gets the easy lay-in.
Napper with the basketball out high, being defended by Sears. Napper playing off of a screen, weaving through traffic. Gets to the elbow, little floater is up, no good. Rebounded Miller, and Brandon will start the break himself. Bama flipping it ahead. Nice look to Burnett. Namari drives in, got bumped. They're going to call a block on Longwood. 15:38, time left, opening half. We've got an 8-3 score in Tuscaloosa. Nice to say it early. Good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa is more than fast and more than signs. Your local Fast Signs experts can handle all your business visibility needs, from signs to graphics to everything in between. Request a free quote today by calling 205-758-7446 or email us at 2032@fastsigns.com. Fast Signs of Tuscaloosa, a proud supporter of Crimson Tide Athletics.
We are DCH. We were built to protect and persevere, to help and to heal, to provide care that's as strong as this community. With steadfast dedication and hearts of gold, no matter what life throws at us, we've got you covered, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you back to what matters most, your life. DCH, champions for your health.
Tonight's game is presented by T-Mobile. Home or away, stay connected to the Tide all season long with more 5 bars and more 5 places on America's largest 5G network. T-Mobile is bringing 5G to hometowns across the SEC. Switch now and make it T-Mobile for your hometown network. Speaking of 5, Bama's up by 5, 8-3, 15:38 to play in the first half, and you can keep up with everything Alabama with the Crimson Tide. The Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app now, free at the App Store and Google Play. Bryan Passink, Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart. Bryan, what are you seeing early?
Alabama's doing the job defensively, holding the Lancers 1 for 8 field goals. Need to continue that because this is a dangerous offensive team in Longwood. Isaiah Wilkins leads the way for the Lancers. 6'4", 220 pounds. He's a big guard. He can post you up. He shoots close to 40% from the three-point line. And he was the Big South Tournament MVP. Longwood last year went to the NCAA tournament, the Division I NCAA tournament, for the first time in school history. They're one of the few schools that have been to the Division I now, Division II and Division III NCAA tournament. And they've got 11 players back, 4 of 5 starters. A lot of people around college basketball in the Big South think this could be the best Longwood team in school history. They're a veteran team that's dangerous, but it starts with defending Isaiah Wilkins, and so far Alabama's done a good job with that.
Another McDonald's All-American seeing his first action for Alabama. It's Jaden Bradley, 6'3", 200-pound freshman from Rochester, New York. He played at IMG Academy last year. McDonald's All-American, consensus five-star prospect. And Bama brings him off the bench.
Must be nice.
It
is nice to see
Trust
that
me.
in crimson and white. And while you have depth, it also helps you so much in practice to have that type of competition to where guys are fighting against other 5 stars for playing time. Just going to make your team better. And I think it also can really help you on the defensive end where Alabama struggled last year, because if you don't guard this year, the bench can motivate you because there are other guys that are wanting to get playing time. So I think Alabama could be a much better defensive team as a result.
Damari Burnett makes 1 of 2, his first point in an Alabama uniform. He heads to the bench, replaced by Rylan Griffin, another good one of the top shooting guards in the country and a 4-star prospect out of Dallas. Lancers work, they'll throw it onto the far wing. Saving the possession was Houston on that sideline. They come to Granlund on the near wing. He'll drive top of the arc. They work a weave out high, back to Houston. He'll get into the paint, then throw it back outside to Napper. Napper tried to throw it to a cutting player, and Griffin stepped in the passing lane and got the steal. Griffin coming into the front court, behind the back with a dribble, crossing over, going down the lane, going to the rim, and scoring.
That's a big-time play on both ends by the freshman. Rylan Griffin gets the stop and takes it himself. Thought he was going to pull up for 3. He is a 3-point specialist, but the hesitation move got him free, was able to finish with contact at the rim.
Near side, Houston with the basketball, takes it to the top of the arc with a shot clock at 15. Noah Gurley started last year for Alabama, the veteran coming off the bench, a graduate transfer a year ago to Furman, getting the extra year of eligibility to play for the Tide. Laterra shooting a fall away, misses the iron. Rebound claimed up high by the Tide's Nick Pringle, a JUCO player who was a great one last year at that level. Now with the Tide, great backdoor look. Miller trying to connect down low with Bradley, and you've got a ball knocked to the deck, a tie-up, and possession is going to stay with the Crimson Tide.
First of all, Nick Pringle on that rebound.
Yeah.
He got the rebound, and then he kept on rising.
Yeah.
What an athletic player. And that starts the Alabama fast break, and Brandon Miller showing you many different areas of his game. A beautiful pass to Jaden Bradley. Wasn't able to finish, but it was a no-look and nice find by the freshman.
Darius Miles replacing Brandon Miller for the Crimson Tide. Dumps it back on the wing to Bradley. Kicks it back to Miles. Miles flips it over left side to Bradley, who saved the possession, getting it to Pringle, and then Bama throws it away. Too sloppy with the ball. Here's Napper with it, driving in. His layup attempt blocked, but a foul is going to be whistled on Darius Miles.
I think Alabama has a chance to be a great offensive basketball team this year. That was an ugly possession.
It was indeed.
That was doomed from the start, and Alabama ends up turning it over. At least Darius Miles gets back in transition defense and make the Lancers earn it from the free throw line, but that was an out-of-sync offensive possession, and Alabama will try to get it going after these free throws.
Napper able to hit the first for the Lancers, and that ends a 9-0 run by Alabama over the last 4.5 minutes. 14:05 to go, first half, 11-4. Bama making 11-5 as Napper hits both freebies for Longwood. Again, a Farmville, Virginia school, Big South Conference, 26-7 a year ago, 15-1 in winning their league. Darius on the drive, somebody nailed his feet to the floor as he got to the block. Not really, but somebody did step on his foot, tripped him, and that'll be a foul on Longwood.
This Alabama team puts so much pressure on the defense with their ability to drive the ball at just about every position. Charles Bediako is about the only player on the floor that doesn't want to put it on the deck. And when you surround those types of players with guys that can pull up and shoot it from 3, you become very difficult to guard. And I think that'll be the case for this team.
Griffin, catch and shoot 3, halfway down, popped out. Another good look that wouldn't fall for Alabama. By the way, that last foul was on Wilkins of Longwood. That'll be his first. Bama on the defensive end as Napper drives in for the Lancers. Kicks it back to Wilkins, top of the arc. Big fella driving against Miles. Drew some contact, no whistle. Shot missed. Rebound secured by Alabama. And the Tide working ahead to Gurley. He'll get it front court. Picks up the dribble on the right wing. Throws it out to Bradley, who'll run the point. 20 to shoot, 13-22 to play first half, 11-5. Bama with a lead and the ball. Bradley crossing over, driving, dishing onto the wing. Griffin gets into the lane, finger roll of beauty, got it to go.
Alabama struggling from deep, but doing a nice job with the dribble drive. Jaden Bradley able to get inside, move the defense, and Riley Griffin can do much more than just shoot the three as he finishes at the rim.
Wilkins getting the ball inside to Watson. Watson stopping, trying to step through. Missed the shot badly. Great defense by Bama and Pringle, and now here's Bradley the other way. Bradley driving, defender got in front, but late. A block is going to be called on the big fella. That's Wilkins, and that'll be his first, and it will already be team foul number 6 on Longwood, as Bama hadn't shot it well from deep, but they've been aggressive and gotten their points at the rim.
Well, they're doing two things at a high level that can help you win a lot of games, and one is get stops. Right now, Longwood 1 for 11 from the field. They've missed their last 10, and they're not missing open shots. They are well defended. Alabama playing very hard on the defensive end, and the Crimson Tide attacking the rim, getting Longwood in a little bit of foul trouble and having success finishing.
Bama up 13-5 with 12:48 to go in the first half. Rylan Griffin with the basketball out high, goes onto the wing, hands it off to Bradley. He'll bring it center of the floor. Bradley now working against the defender, gets past him. He goes in with a left-handed layup, just a little bit short left, just a tad early it looked like in his attack to the rim, and now here's Longwood the other way. They work it inside, blocked from behind by Pringle. Rebound secured by Gurley, gets it ahead now on the far wing. Miles trying to work away from trouble. Darius, the left-hander, nearly threw it away and did. Ball deflected, I thought, and it was touched last by Longwood. It was deflected, and it will be, oh, they're going to say Alabama basketball. I thought it was Longwood that touched it last. Very close, but it'll be Longwood ball with 12:15 remaining in the first half, and Alabama up 13-5. Near side, Napper to the top of the circle, Watson. Watson handing it off literally, and a foul is going to be called on Noah Gurley. Trying to fight through a screen. He ran into one of the Lancers. And that'll be the third team foul of the Crimson Tide. First personal on Noah Gurley, and it's great to have him back for another year at the University of Alabama.
He's worked really hard in the offseason on his shooting and becoming a leader. He's had a really nice offseason. I think he's going to be an impact player this year for Bama.
Napper on the drive, kicks it out to Wade. Christmas goes left wing with the basketball to Darden. Darden left side, Watson. Watson looking down low, feeds it back to Darden, back to Watson. Short corner jumper is up, no good. And the ball hit the rim, then hit the top of the glass and went out of bounds. And it brings us to our second media timeout of the first half. 11:48 remaining before intermission. It's 13-5. Bama leading Longwood right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, folks. Bob Baumhauer here. We're celebrating 40 legendary years here at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. And to kick this off, we're coming in hot with our all-new Alabama Hot Chicken. Fresh southern fried chicken breast smothered in a blend of tangy, immune-boosting herbs and spices with a spicy finish. Served up with a side of homemade smoked Gouda cheese grits, Miss Mary southern greens, and garlic bread. And there's plenty more where that came from. Stop in today and celebrate with us. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Treatment Company, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood is championship quality lumber for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. No rot, no decay, no termites, no problems. Just wood treated right. To locate your local Everwood store, visit everwoodtreatment.com. Everwood Treatment, official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly, must be 21.
next trip to T-Town, stay at the Residence Inn, located on the banks of the Black Warrior River. The all-suite hotel is just a short drive to campus in downtown and ideal for any traveler, whether staying overnight or an extended stay. Residence Inn is not just a room, it's a residence. Proud to be the preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Back at Coleman Coliseum, Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink, 13-5. 11:48 to go in the first half. Bryan, Passink, the defense is clearly there. Bama is holding Longwood 1 of 13 from the field to kind of make up for a slow start of the outside the arc, 0 of 6.
Yeah, you love 13-5, and the defensive numbers right now are spectacular. Longwood, they missed a couple open shots, but for the most part, well defended. The Alabama bigs are doing a good job of forcing difficult shots around the rim. Alabama having success getting out and running in transition, but as you mentioned, the shooting numbers not great from deep, 0 for 6. I like the looks that Alabama is getting, but right now you got to convert. 13-5 is nice, but it should be more with the way Alabama is defending.
Here's the Tide with the basketball. Sears back in at the point. Miller back in with it, top of the arc now. Miller off the bounce, 17-footer bottom.
Nate Oates doesn't love mid-range jumpers unless it's Brandon Miller doing that, because he can make them. It's all about percentages, and Brandon Miller's so smooth, takes what the defense gives him, pulls up from 17 and knocks it down.
Darden with the basketball out high, goes far side with it to Napper. Napper on the drive, going down the lane. Tough shot over Bediako, and he got it to go. And let's be clear, it was around him, not over him, as he released that shot, but got it to drop nonetheless, and Bama's leads back down to 8. 15-7, 11:03 to go in the opening half. Here's Miller with it again on the far wing. Picks it up, finds Sears. Mark between the legs with the dribble, flips it over left side to Clowney. Clowney on the drive. Tough shot off the glass and got it to go. Wow.
A lot of contact right there. The freshman goes strong to the basket, takes the contact, but up high and soft off the glass.
17-7 now, Bama with 10:40 to go in the opening half. They work it down low to Christmas on the right block. Being defended tightly, shot up, got it to go around Clowney, and Bediako didn't really get to jump in time either, and that's why it's now an 8-point game again. Far side, Bama with the ball, and an offensive foul is going to be called on the Mari Burnett, trying to create a little separation. And I think also you had the head coach at Longwood, Griff Aldrich, right in the ear of one of the officials. That probably helped.
It was a close call, could have gone either way, but where it happened on the floor sometimes plays a part. Like what Alabama has done offensively since the timeout, attacking the basket. Brandon Miller looked like he was going to drive a couple possessions ago, pulls up from mid-range, knocks it down, and Noah Clowney should have had a three-point play opportunity, but a couple of big-time freshmen for Alabama producing.
Front court with it, it's Wilkins. Gets it into the low post to Nkiriu. Christmas goes back out, now to Wilkins. Nkiriu going baseline now, cut off, picks up the dribble. Bediako, good defense on him. Wilkins with it at 5, at 4, at 3. Fall away jumper off the leg, no good. Rebound controlled by Bama. The outlet pass a little beyond the reach of Sears. Nice thought, but a little bit too much of a hurry from Noah Clowney.
Alabama sloppy with the ball, but want to get out in transition and doing the job defensively. Isaiah Wilkins has not had many open looks. Bama has done a nice job on the Lancers' best player, but did have an open look from 15 feet, just not able to convert. Alabama with a missed opportunity in transition.
Far side, Houston looking top of the arc to Wilkins. Wilkins playing off the screen, works it right of the circle, gets another screen, goes left side, now goes down the lane. Tough shot over Bediako, wouldn't go, rebounded by Miller. He'll bring it himself ahead now and into the front court for Alabama. Miller on the left wing, keeps the dribble alive, directs traffic, says, I got this. I believe him. He'll work against Nkiriu, gives it off to Sears, steps into a 3, too strong. Rebound fought for, Bediako claims it, lays it up and in for 2. Second chance bucket for the Tide, and the Alabama basketball team, ranked 19th in one poll, leads it by 10.
Well, if you're going to go 0 for 7 from 3, there's going to be some second chance opportunities, and the big man able to get one.
Wilkins misses. Bama ripping and running. Burnett starting the break. Throws it ahead too high for Bediako, which is not easy to do.
Right thought, poorly executed. Namari Burnett saw the big 7-footer running the floor. He's done that a couple of times in this game and not able to corral it, just a bit over his head.
Tough start for Namari. 1 point on 0 for 2 shooting from the field and a couple of rebounds, but in 7 minutes he's turned it over 3 times. That was something Nate Oates just reminded him of.
Yeah, and as we talked about in the pregame show, there's going to be some rust there. It's been a while since Namari Burnett has played a real basketball game. He's going to be really good for this team, though.
Great feed inside. Bediako tried to challenge the dunk attempt, and he's going to be called for the foul. As going to the line will be Leslie and Kiriuam.
Alabama will be one of the fastest teams in the country. That's why Nate Oates was able to sign such a highly regarded recruiting class. It's why some of the top transfers in the country have come to Tuscaloosa. They want to play that style. But to be really effective in transition, you got to be better defensively than this team was a year ago. So far from what I've seen, Alabama has a chance to be a really good defensive team, which is going to be a lot of fun to watch because that's how you get transition buckets. Bama's been a little loose with the basketball. They made some mistakes in transition. But if you continue to defend a good offensive team like that, Alabama is going to have success with their transition game.
1 of 2 for Nkariuam, and the rebound secured by Alabama, 19-10. Crimson Tide with the ball in the lead. Here's Sears with it out high. Goes left side, Burnett. Namari on the drive, plays through contact. Layup wouldn't go. Rebounded by Burnett. A good job by the big fella. He'll hand it off to Sears. He'll try a 3. He'll miss a 3. Rebound fought for. Miller had a hand on it but couldn't control it. Touched last by the Crimson Tide with 8:24 to go in the half, and Bama up 19-10.
As I told folks after the Southern Illinois game, don't panic that Alabama has not shot the ball well. They didn't in the exhibition game. They haven't so far tonight, but you've got too many guys that can shoot it well from 3 to struggle on a consistent basis. But right now, Alabama has not been effective from deep.
Christmas effective. A nice spin move down on the low block. Got it to go high off the glass, and it's a 7-point game. A veteran team, again, that won 26 a year ago, and most of that talent back for Longwood. Here's Sears on the drive, got it into the lane, lost it, got it back, put it up, got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair when we come back to Tuscaloosa. 7:53 to go first half, 19-12. Alabama still leading Longwood here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. They can spell risk if taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, harm if accidentally taken by a child or pet, or overdose if they're not used as directed. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. You may find these in your community at local pharmacies or police stations. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Great part of one of the timeouts. This salute to service presented by Royal Furniture, family owned and operated for 75 years. Royal Furniture with locations in Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Memphis, and Jackson, Tennessee for your shopping convenience, and online at royalfurniture.com.
And tonight's game is presented by T-Mobile. Home or away, stay connected to the Tide all season long with more 5G bars in more places on America's largest 5G network. T-Mobile is bringing 5G to hometowns across the SEC. Switch now and make T-Mobile your hometown network. Bryan Passink, you talked a couple of minutes ago about how this team has a chance to be really good defensively. Well, part of that equation is closing it out on the glass. This team has a chance to be really good there, too. Bama's up 19-8 so far in the rebounding numbers.
Yeah, you got to be good defensively, you got to rebound the ball, close out defensive possessions, and Alabama has absolutely done that. And it's why the Crimson Tide is up 7 points when they've shot it poorly and they've turned it over too much. Alabama getting the job done defensively, but maybe a few first game jitters, not shooting it well and making some mistakes on the offensive end. But I love what I'm seeing defensively from this Alabama team. And when you're struggling from three, which Alabama is, get the ball inside with the dribble drive. Mark Sears does that about as well as anybody. The transfer from Ohio averaged 20 points a game, one of the best players in the MAC a year ago. Shot it over 40% from three, but one of those guys, a lot like Javon Quinterly, that is just so hard to stay in front of as a defender. He was able to get by his man, take contact, and he'll go to the line and try to get on the board for Alabama.
Mark Sears, again, a young man who Crimson Tide has high aspirations for. Really talented player coming out of Ohio University, played at Muscle Shoals before he went the college route initially, but now back in Sweet Home Alabama, hits the first free throw, and his second one will drop in as well. Sears, Lou Henson Award finalist, first team All-MAC honoree a year ago, and his 2 free throws give Bama a 21-12 lead. Houston with the basketball, weaving through traffic, cut off by Clowney, will back it out to the wing, near side, 15 on the shot clock as they go to Wilkins left side. Wants to go down low, they do, to Incurium, kicks it near side, Christmas, another 3, missed this one, and Clowney clears it for Alabama. Sears front court for the Tide, working away from a double team, reverses back left side to Gurley. Noah got caught in the air, but found a man in the corner. Griffin, 3, bottom. Rylan Griffin, the first 3 of the season for the Crimson Tide. He has got 7 points, and Alabama has a 24-12 lead over Longwood. Lancers with the basketball, going inside. Wade feeds it off, and a block down low by Clowney, but the rebound secured initially by Longwood, and then a steal from Griffin, who lays it in for 2.
Great job on both ends by Rylan Griffin. Not able to throw down the dunk, gets the lay-in, but knocks the 3 down. Bama finally gets a bank first 3. In this game, it's been a struggle from deep for Alabama, but got to keep shooting them. Good shooters continue to let it fly, and Rylan Griffin, one of the best three-point shooters in high school basketball a year ago. He shot it extremely well in practice. Gets it to go down, and a nice deflection, the lay-in, and Alabama getting it done on both ends.
So much fun to see these new guys step up and give you little flashes of why they were so highly touted coming out of the prep ranks. And in the case of Griffin, 4-star prospect, 24/7 Sports had him as the number 3 shooting guard and a top 50 overall player, 61st according to ESPN. He's Richardson High School squad there in Dallas, the nation's top-ranked squad among public schools, 2nd overall. That tells you the guy's a winner in addition to being a great talent.
He's going to play a big role on this team, and a guy that can really take the lid off of the basket. Can get hot from deep. Good to see him finally get one to go down.
Houston on the drive, dumps it off left side, and Incurium, and he traveled before the dunk. Boy, he knew he was close, was going to have to go up quick, but didn't put it on the deck first.
Yeah, Noah Clowney and Brandon Miller in the paint. Both of those guys, long and athletic, quick jumpers. Longwood got in a hurry and turned it over before the dunk.
Brandon Miller going to Mark Sears. Plays through contact. Kicks it over to Gurley. Nice kick in the quarter. Griffin, 3, missed it. Rebound fought for and secured by Longwood. They'll hurry the other way with Houston going coast to coast. Put it up, got it blocked from behind. But back into the hands of a Lancer. The jumper up and good on the second chance bucket by Wilkins.
Well, you better be careful around the basket with Alabama defenders flying in.
An offensive player went flying in there, and Sears had his layup attempt blocked, but he got fouled. Teammates pick him up. He'll head to the free throw line with 6:11 remaining in the first half, and Bama leading at 26-14.
One of the things that I think can be different and better this year offensively for Alabama is their ability to space the floor. Last year, you just didn't have the number of shooters on the floor at the same time. Right now, you've got 5 guys that you all have to respect from the three-point line. So a guy like Mark Sears is able to get in the paint easily because as a defender, you got to stick to your man. Alabama's going to be much better offensively, especially when the threes start to fall. That's going to open things up for guys like Mark Sears.
Sears hits them both, and Bama leads it 28-14 with 6:07 remaining in the opening half. Houston front court for Longwood. Flips it over onto the far side to Wade. Wade spinning away from Miller. Stops at the elbow. Kicks it back out. Threw it too far, though, away from Houston. The ball goes off his hands, out of bounds, and possession will go back to the Crimson Tide after the turnover. The first by Wade, but for Longwood as a team, that is going to be their 5th. Bama's turned it over 6 times here in the opening half.
5 turnovers and 22% from the field. Lancers struggling offensively. Alabama has a ton to do with that, flying around, and you can see the hesitation, especially around the basket by Longwood, because of the length and athleticism by these Alabama interior players. Forces some difficult shots around the rim.
Miller flips it to Gurley. Back to Sears now high. He will drive down the lane. Puts it up with a left hand. Blocked out of there on a nice play by Longwood. That was Lateris who got the stop. But it'll be Bama's basketball with 18 to shoot.
Mark Sears put so much pressure on the defense with the hesitation move. Got by his man. Little contact there. Could have been a foul.
Griffin trying to drive. Lost it. Got it back. Put it up. Had it knocked away. And the ball is secured by Longwood. Nate Oates wanted a foul. But Napper will drive now for Longwood. Lateris around. They go to Wilkins. Wilkins had it poked away, but it goes right into a hand of a teammate. Far side Wade. Step back 3. A brick that's caught on the near side by Clowney. Clowney giving it ahead now to Sears. Sears working off the screen. Hesitates, reverses back. Far side Miller. 3 ball, too strong. Rebound tipped and secured by Longwood. Outlet pass from Watson to Napper. He'll drive down the lane. Right-handed shot, no good. A little sloppy here as Bama comes the other way. Sears weaving his way through traffic. Pulls up from 12. Shot it off the mark. Rebounded by Miller. What a great play on the follow-up to give Bama the 16-point lead, their biggest of the first half.
Get stops and run. Good things happen. Mark Sears not able to make the mid-range jumper on the pull-up, but Brandon Miller running the floor gets the tip in.
Napper cut off on the baseline. Behind the back pass, Watson throws it top of the arc to Wade. He'll play off the screen. He'll rise and fire from 17 and miss. Good box out by Clowney. Outlet pass Sears. He'll bring it ahead. Sears down the left sideline. Stops. Looks. Nothing there. Gets a return pass from Clowney. Sears with it. Going left side. Behind the back with a dribble. Step through with a right hand. Had it knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. And they say it's going to be Longwood basketball. He got mugged going down the lane, and there was no whistle.
That's a couple of times that Mark Sears has got in the lane past what looked to be initially pretty good defense, but his quickness and strength gets by the defender. And Nate Oates talking to Mark Sears. He was talking to the officials before that. Wanted the foul call and didn't get it on back-to-back possessions.
Here's Napper front court with the ball for Longwood. 30-14 Bama. 4:08 to go in the opening half. Napper working from the timeline. Gives it up top of the arc to Watson. Far side, the feed to Darden. Darden going down the lane, puts it up, left hand, blocked out of there again by Alabama. This time by Pringle, and then Bama throws it away on the other end. Darden flips it up left-handed, no good. Ball tipped out, back into his hands. Throws it over to Lateris for 3, and he knocks it down. Timeout. Nate Oates didn't like what he saw from his team offensively. 7 turnovers by Bama. Timeout on the floor with 3:43 to go in the opening half of action. Despite a couple of turnovers, Bama still a 30-17 lead over Longwood on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
We've all been caught up in the little chores that pile up every day. The dishes in the sink, the trash that needs taking out, the pesky check engine. A little change can go a long way when you escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and windcreekcasino.com.
On your next trip to Tuscaloosa, check out the Residence Inn Tuscaloosa. Located along the banks of the Black Warrior River, our all-suite hotel is just a short drive from the University of Alabama in downtown Tuscaloosa. Our accommodations are ideal for any traveler, whether you're staying overnight or for an extended stay. Our hotel is devoted to giving Tide fans an amazing experience from start to finish, including a free football game day shuttle for guests. At Residence Inn Tuscaloosa, it's not just a room, it's a residence, and we're proud to be a preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
Tonight's radio affiliate of the game is the Big 95 WHMA 95.3 in Anniston. Go to the Crimson Tide Sports Network's Facebook page, follow us, and tell us where you're listening for a chance to win 2 free combo meals from Jack's. Thank you for tuning in to the Crimson Tide Sports Network for Alabama basketball. Bama's up big, 30-17, 3:43 to play over Longwood. And next up is the Toyota halftime report with first half stats, scores from around the SEC, and a quick chat with Coach Nate Oates. Presented by Cook's Pest Control. Cook's Pest Control and the Citricon system, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. Of course, part of the halftime report is your interview with Coach Oates.
I look forward to it as long as Alabama finishes the last 3:43 strong. Nate Oates, I'm sure, likes the score, but doesn't like the way his team has taken care of the ball. 9 Alabama turnovers, struggling shooting the ball, but fortunately getting stops. Great effort defensively, just sloppy with the basketball on offense.
Jaden Bradley back into the game for Alabama, running the point now, takes it to the far side. Working off of the screen, brings it out high, goes left side. Miles kicks into the corner to Gurley. No on the drive, lost the handle. Takeaway by Longwood. That's 8 turnovers now by Alabama. 10, actually, excuse me. To the top of the arc. Longwood works it. Granland's 3 is good. Can't let them chip away. It's down to a 10-point game as Bama's turned it over 3 times in the last 90 seconds. Make it 4 times in the last 2.5 minutes. Back-to-back threes. They've got it to 10. And then Griffin gets bumped and knocked to the deck by Christmas.
And right now, the Lancers taking advantage of Alabama turnovers. 9 of their 20 points have come off of Alabama turnovers. Some mistakes on offense that have led to some open floor opportunities. Alabama up by 10 points, should be more if they took care of the ball. With the way they've defended and finished at the rim, gotten to the free throw line. Alabama doing so many things well, but shooting themselves in the foot with way too many turnovers.
Free throw on the 1-and-1, missed by Griffin. The rebound hit the baseline, which is really a break for Alabama because Miles is the one that touched it. And if they don't rule that ball out of bounds as he threw it down, it was going to be basically a run ahead 5-on-4 for Longwood. But instead, Bama gets to get back and set its defense up now with 3 minutes to play. First half action, Coleman Coliseum. Bama on top 30-20, but back-to-back threes from Longwood have cut it from 16 down to 10. Incarrium driving, shooting a tough contested fall away and got it to go. Wow, that's a big-time bucket there from Incarrium. And the Bama lead's been cut in half. It's down to 8. Bradley on the far wing, goes baseline, goes underneath, reverse layup. No good, but he stepped out of bounds as he went baseline before the shot. Veteran squad in Longwood playing like it because they played through and weathered the storm.
Lancers on an 8-0 run, 11 Alabama turnovers. Continue to struggle offensively in that area.
Incarrium with the basketball. Looking, giving it off to Napper. Napper around to Darden. Darden will drive, gets into the paint. Tough shot, had it blocked on a great play by Pringle for Alabama. Front court with it, here's Bradley. Nice kick into the corner. Griffin, 3, no good. Rebound claimed by Bama and laid in for 2 by Pringle.
Nick Pringle, a quick jumper, able to get up, doesn't need to take much time to gather himself. Got up quickly and able to finish Alabama with an open look by one of its best shooters, Rylan Griffin. Not able to convert, but Bama with a second chance opportunity.
Christmas with the basketball, gets fouled from behind by Miles, stopping the clock with 16 on the shot clock and 1:45 on the game clock.
Alabama's turned it over 4 times in the last 3 minutes. They have had a lot of success when they've taken care of the ball, getting the ball to the rim. Offensive rebounds, the dribble drive with Mark Sears. But way too many turnovers, and a lot of times with the way Alabama plays, trying to push the pace, a lot of new players. Thought that could be the case early in the season. That should improve as the year goes on, but need to do a much better job here in this game.
Inside to Christmas, turnaround shot wouldn't go, and the rebound is secured by Alabama. Here's Miles, losing the handle, getting it back. Beautiful feed inside, Pringle for the flush.
Oh, beautiful pass. Darius Miles looked like he was going to kick it out to a three-point shooter, but recognized Nick Pringle running the floor at the last minute. Kind of a no-look pass, and Pringle with another dunk.
Wade on the drive, gives it off, and Carrium spinning, putting it up, had it blocked, and a foul is going to be called on Alabama. Tide fans wanting a jump ball call. Nate Oates wanted the same. Instead, they call a hack on the Crimson Tide.
Just saw the replay on the video board, and Coach Oates was correct in that. Great defensive play by Nick Pringle. Alabama's interior players have done a great job of defending without fouling for the most part. A lot of deflections, block shots, forcing Longwood into some tough twos, but unfortunately doesn't get the call right there.
Free throw up, and with 1:18 to go, it's dropped by Incarium to make it 34-23. Second free throw missed. Rebound batted around and touched last by Longwood. A break there for the Crimson Tide.
I think the officials may have missed what was not a foul call, and that ball looked to be out of bounds on the Crimson Tide. So I guess it kind of evens out.
Normally does, just not in the moment. Here's Bradley front court.
I just prefer accurate calls. Is that asking too much?
I want them all to go our way. I don't care about accuracy. Miller throwing it right side to Miles. He'll go baseline, plays through contact, shot blocked nicely by Granlund, and here comes Longwood the other way. 11-point Alabama lead, but Longwood with it, top of the arc. Wade gives it off, left side. 3 is up and good by Wilkins. They're starting to heat up from beyond the arc a little bit. They're 4 of 8 from 3 as Bama's only 1 of 12, and it's an 8-point game, 34-26. Bama with the ball in the lead. Bradley playing off the screen, goes right side. Stepping away from trouble, backs it out. Shot, or play clock. Got my sports mixed up, forgive me. Here is Miller giving it off and throwing it away. He had 2 men on the right wing. He threw it right between them in the turnover for Alabama. Another one there. That is going to be number 11. Make it the 12th, excuse me, in the first half. Charles Bediako will check in along with Amari Burnett. Joining Miles, Miller, and Bradley as the 5 on the floor for the Crimson Tide. Longwood walking it ahead, Napper. Napper still with the dribble, playing between the circles with 17 left in the half. Shot clock start. 8-point lead, but Longwood trying to get it down to 6 or maybe even 5. Napper on the drive, blocked by Bediako. Ball grabbed by Miller at 6. Brings it ahead, got bumped, still with it at 4. Left side, Miles, catch and shoot 3. He got clocked and knocked to the deck. The shot was blocked cleanly, but then he got knocked to the floor afterwards, and there's no whistle for that. Wow, Bryan Passink with Coach Nate Oates.
Coach, thoughts on the first half? Way too many turnovers. Our defense was pretty good. We gave up the 3 late there where we screwed up a coverage there. But other than that, they're scoring off our turnovers. Our turnovers are terrible. We got to take care of the ball. Multiple guys are throwing it away. It's not good right now.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Bryan. And always enjoy hearing from Coach Nate Oates at the half. Coach Nate Oates at the half, brought to you by Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. At intermission, 34-26, Alabama with the lead on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Conecuh sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows. That's how I get my grill on. Conecuh sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
Hi, I'm Capri, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the chicken. They actually put it on the grill, cooked it in the sauce. It's definitely a good grilled spicy sandwich.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is it's spicy and it's full of flavor. When you pair that with the Kale Crunch salad, it's just good.
Order a grilled spicy deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Available for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Unbeatable mileage from Chevron with Techron unlocks all kinds of unbeatable trips. Like to family dinner the next town over. Or to a family wedding the next town over. Or even to a family reunion over the river and through the woods at Grandma's house. Any drive is worth it to see Grandma. Especially when you can stop along the way for unbeatable cleaning power from Chevron with Techron. Your engine will be thanking you for making the trip. Download the Chevron app now and find unbeatable mileage near you.
On the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield, Crimson Tide Basketball is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar, and refreshingly delicious. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Auto Owners Insurance. Visit RollTide.com/auto owners to partner with an independent Alabama agent. And by Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, visit your local Toyota dealers or Toyota.com and take advantage of those amazing deals on the full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. First half numbers in this one is Alabama leads Longwood 34-26. In Kirium with 4, Wilkins 5, 7 from Christmas, 3 from Lateras, 4 from Napper, and Granlund had 3 as well for the Lancers to total up 26. Bama getting 34 points. Balanced scoring, 4 each from Sears, Bediako, and Clowney, 8 from Brandon Miller to lead the way. Namari Burnett with 1. Bradley and Miles played, didn't score. Griffin had 9 to lead Alabama in the first half. Gurley played, didn't score. Pringle had 4 for the Crimson Tide. Again, at the break, it's 34-26. Alabama leading Longwood at intermission on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. With honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be shared with friends or family. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Meet Ed, movie buff, animal lover, safe driver.
5 years of driving an ambulance teaches you a thing or two. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. When I see a car trying to rush past a turning bus, I get concerned. You see, when big vehicles turn right, they have to swing wide to make the turn. And that's a lesson you don't want to learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait.
It's our roads. It's our safety.
Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Tom Stein back at Coleman Coliseum with your Alabama Power scoreboard update. Alabama Power is proud to support the Crimson Tide. Of course, Bama leads the Longwood Lancers 34-26 at the half. Finals across the SEC to date. Kentucky at Rupp defeats Howard College 95-63. Tennessee big over Tennessee Tech 75-43. Mississippi State defeats Texas A&M Corpus Christi 63-44. We'll take a look at team stats next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Game day is full of ifs. Like if Alabama can take home another Iron Bowl victory. Who knows? But if you want the most convenient way to pay in T-Town, get the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card. Tap to Pay contactless card technology and Lock-It card controls give you what you need on game day or any day. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 65 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crisp, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
By now, your daily routine is probably a little too routine. Don't you want to change? Don't you want to start playing by your own rules and escape the routine so your fantasy becomes reality? Where every night is an adventure, where new flavors are ready to be tasted, where it feels like you're a winner. Take a chance. Reward yourself. Make your routine anything but routine. Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and WindCreekCasino.com.
When time matters most, you go with what's tried and true. That's tried and true John Deere equipment and Tri-Green service. Tough chores don't stand a chance with a John Deere 4044M tractor. And right now you can get one with 0% financing. With a 43 horsepower engine, power reverser transmission, and a 10-year powertrain warranty, this John Deere helps you work with confidence day after day. So stop by one of our 29 Alabama and Tennessee locations or visit us online at TriGreenEquipment.com.
Offer ends January 31, 2023. 0% APR for 60 months, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
Hey Crimson Tide fans, as our state moves to the next chapter, the Alabama Department of Public Health is shifting strategies from emergency response to one that minimizes daily disruption to our lives. COVID-19 vaccines and boosters are widely available to anyone 6 months of age and older should you decide that you need one. Together, we can help to protect each other moving forward. For more information on COVID vaccines and virus prevention, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/COVID-19. Working away from a double team, reverses back left side to Gurley. Noah got caught in the air, but found a man in the corner, dripping three, bottom.
Sounds of the game are presented by Beatbox. New little feature, Beatbox is the official sponsor of the Crimson Tide and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors, gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable. Look for it in stores across the Southeast. Time for the halftime stats delivered by Assurance Financial. In less time than halftime, you could apply for a mortgage at AssuranceMortgage.com. Team stats of the half: shooting percentage, Bama 45% overall, 8% from bank first three land, 5 of 8 from the foul line. For the Lancers, 26% overall, 50% outside the arc, 4 of 6 from the stripe. Team rebounding, get this, Bama leads at 32-15. Turnovers, Bama with 12, Longwood with 5. Again at the half, Bama leads Longwood 34-26. That does it for the Toyota halftime report. The second half is coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're looking for the best selection in Crimson Tide apparel, look no further than the Soup Store. The Soup Store is every Bama fan's ultimate destination for the hottest gear and accessories, with 3 great locations around campus to serve you: in Tuscaloosa on campus at the Ferguson Center, on the Strip in front of Bryant-Denny Stadium, and on Bryan Drive. If you can't get to Tuscaloosa, shop the Soup Store online at soupstore.ua.edu. The Soup Store is a proud partner of Alabama Athletics.
Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac is a local family-owned dealership in Tuscaloosa. Barkley has an award-winning service department, a state-of-the-art body shop, and a beautiful showroom waiting to welcome you. And BarkleyGMC.com opens our online showroom to you. So do what thousands of satisfied customers have already done. Get your new car, truck, or SUV from Barkley Buick GMC Cadillac, keeping Crimson Tide fans on the road for over 42 years.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Medicaid and CHIP offer free or low-cost health coverage for children and teens. Hospital and doctor visits, prescriptions, shots, and more are covered. That's peace of mind for parents if a child is sick or gets injured. And parents may now be eligible for Medicaid too, even if they've applied in the past. Enrollment is always open. Visit InsureKidsNow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
On the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield, this has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. The second half is just moments away. Roll Tide.
Bama's up at the half, 34-26 over Longwood. Tom Slide, Chris Stewart, Bryan, Passink. We are sitting courtside. What to look for in the second half is presented by Marathon. When traveling to see the Crimson Tide, start with a fill-up at Marathon and make it a winning trip. Go to mileshavemeaning.com. Marathon, fueling the American spirit. Bryan, Passink, and I can almost see the scouting report now. Long, athletic, very skilled, and there's a lot of them.
Well, Alabama's got all the pieces, and I thought did a lot of things really well in the first 20 minutes, but taking care of the basketball was not one of those things. Alabama with 12 first-half turnovers, 1 for 13 from the three-point line. That's not a great combination, but the good news for Alabama was they were dominant on the glass, 32-15 rebounding advantage, and holding the Lancers to 26% from the field. So getting the job done defensively, getting out and running. The two-point percentage really good for Alabama, not so much the three-point percentage. I thought they got good looks, just got to continue shooting them. Can't be disappointed with missing open looks, but you can be disappointed and correct taking care of the basketball, and I'm sure that was a big part of the message that Nate Oates had for his team at halftime.
Alabama playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys in that first half, and they were deep, they were skilled, They're athletic, and actually, I guess 11 played in the first half, but it was fun to see what they could do. But you're right, got to clean up a few of the mistakes.
Yeah, all those things very correctable. You can correct those at halftime. Just got to come out and focus offensively and be strong with the ball. Understand that Longwood, they have veterans. They're going to take some chances on the defensive end, but Alabama has just got to be stronger, smarter with the basketball. And when they got great looks. And have confidence in three-point shooting. I don't think that's going to be a problem for this Alabama team. They've got too many guys that are confident in their game from deep. Just got to continue to encourage them to let it fly. That's a strength of Nate Oates as an offensive basketball coach. He will instill confidence in you even when you're struggling from the three-point line. But I want to continue to see Alabama get the job done defensively. We mentioned 26% from the field. Longwood, a really good offensive team, projected to go back-to-back, winning a second Big South championship, trying to get back to the NCAA tournament for the second time in as many years. They're really good offensively. Alabama has got to continue to do the job on the defensive end.
Lancers with the basketball first. They throw it into the low post and kick it into the corner. They'll drive. They'll nearly throw it away. There's the scramble, and Bama comes out with it. It's Miller picking it up for the Crimson Tide after the 6th Longwood turnover. Miller, three, halfway down and popped out again. Boy, Bama's had 3 that have done that already, and as the scramble for the loose ball ensues, Bediako couldn't hang on to it. It goes out of bounds, and possession will belong to the Lancers again.
Don't mind that shot at all, in rhythm. No passes, but Brandon Miller, too good of a player. You don't mind him taking that rhythm 3 if the defense takes a step back, which they did. Not able to convert. Good hustle on both ends by Charles Bediako, but the Lancers get it back.
They'll work it to the top of the arc to Christmas. Now right of the circle to Wilkins. And Kiriaman misses from the right wing from 12. Rebound cleared Bediako. Now to Burnett, center of the floor. Threw it behind the trailer to the left wing in Miller, and a turnover by Alabama. That's the 4th on Namari. And for the Tide as a whole, that's turnover number 13.
And had Brandon Miller wide open, running the lane. Great job defensively by Alabama. Namari Burnett a little frustrated with himself because that was an easy deuce that Alabama wasn't able to convert.
At the elbow, it'll be Wilkins driving left side of the lane. Tried to drop it to Kiriaman. He catches it, spins, shoots, misses. Rebound fought for into the hands of Christmas. He misses the layup. They're letting him beat us to death underneath, and no whistle, and Bama will come the other way. Far side Sears with a dribble. Brings it out high, reverses over near side Clowney, kicks it into the corner to Miller. He'll drive down the lane, throws it over far side, Ryland Griffin. Griffin cut off, still with the dribble alive, gets into the paint, tough shot off the glass, no, and a rebounding foul is going to be called on Longwood. That's a heck of a play, though, by Kiriaman to make sure he held onto Charles Bediako, and the big fellow didn't fall and hit the deck. That could have been ugly.
Well, when Charles Bediako, Noah Clowney fighting for offensive rebounding position. You put a smaller Longwood team on their heels, forcing an over-the-back call. Good hustle by Charles.
Bediako with the basketball out high, picks up the dribble, hands it off to Miller near side. Shot clock down to 10. Giving it off far side Griffin. He'll get into the paint, he'll drive in, play through contact, got fouled. He will go to the line to shoot 2.
Ryland Griffin, as we mentioned, one of the top three-point shooters in high school basketball a year ago, but he can do much more than just shoot the 3. Takes what the defense gives him, the pump fake, got in the lane, and does a good job of probing the lane and took the foul. Almost a three-point play opportunity, but Alabama gets back to the stripe.
Free throw up and good by Griffin. He'll have another one upcoming with 18:22 to go.
Ryland just really aggressive on the offensive end and has no hesitation. A lot of confidence as a young player.
Missed the free throw, hustled to get there, but they say that he touched the ball last as it went out of bounds. Boy, that was a great hustling play to get in there and try to rebound his own miss, but
you don't see a lot of guys miss free throws and get the offensive rebound
under the basket
without a lane violation.
Yeah.
But he realized it early that he missed the shot, took off after it, but unfortunately doesn't get it back.
Bama tries to overplay on defense, and they're going to call a hold or a push, I guess, on Noah Clowney of Alabama. The Tide aggressive, playing hard, hustling, just not as sharp as we know they're going to be.
It's a first game Alabama looks like it's a first game. Making some mistakes, but love the effort, especially on the defensive end.
But doing things at a level, that's a terrible no call by the officials. Should have been over and back as nobody for Alabama touched it. But now the Lancers will work it to Napper, and then he double dribbled. They've missed 2 calls this possession. His 15-footer's a brick, and a little justice prevails as Bama will come out with it.
Ball don't lie.
Early in the season for all 3 teams on the court. On the drive, Sears lays it up and in for 2 off the glass. And you got Napper, I think, who may have hurt his thigh.
You know, it doesn't hurt you because you got the defensive stop, but there's 10,000 plus in the building, and the only people that didn't see the over and back are wearing stripes. I don't see how they missed it. Ultimately, Alabama got the stop, and Mark Sears, you're able to get inside and finish off the glass.
You didn't see how they missed it? This is year 20 for you?
I haven't gotten used to that part of it, Chris.
I'm just trying to clarify.
I struggle with that.
Just clarify.
And sometimes I don't say what I really think.
Oh, man.
Just for job security purposes.
Yeah, but text us later. So that is tough to see. Young man leaving the floor in Napper for the Lancers. He's not putting any pressure on his right leg at all, and he was grabbing his thigh. Waylon Napper from Columbia, South Carolina, transfer from Southern Miss. And he is helped by his teammates to the end of the bench. I got a feeling they're going to carry him to the locker room here in a second. He is not doing well at all. He's in a lot of pain as now it'll be Houston running the point, giving it off on the far side to Wade. Up top, Wilkins. Wilkins playing off the screen, goes right, then flips it on the weave to Houston. He'll try to drive, cut off nicely by Sears. A bounce pass inside and a beautiful block by Bediako. And oh, they found the whistle. But they're going to call it on the Crimson Tide there as Bediako went up with both hands, tried to get the block, thought he had it clean, but not so, according to the official that blew the whistle there in Bart Lennox.
This Alabama team has a chance to be great with their interior defense with Charles Bediako, Noah Clowney, Nick Pringle. Noah Gurley does a good job with his interior defense. Even when Longwood has scored or gotten fouled, it's very difficult, and that allows the perimeter guys to really get after it and take some chances because you know you've got big guys who are challenging everything at the rim. Love the way Charles, who had a really good freshman season, has progressed. He's put on weight. He's worked hard in the weight room, getting stronger, and he's playing like it here on the defensive end, making things very difficult for the Lancers.
1 of 2 for Watson, and that'll be his first point of the day, and Alabama's lead is down to 10, 37-27. Miller throwing it down low, great feed. Bediako, pump fake, gives it off. The dunk for 2, a beauty by Clowney.
Well, 1 of 2 could have dunked that. Charles could have gone up and thrown it down, but the unselfish play and the back cut, Noah Clowney recognizing a lane to the basket, takes the feed and throws it down.
Bediako, good help defense, forcing him to work it back outside to Wade. He'll go down the lane, cut off on the baseline, throws it out to Lateris, and now he'll feed it over to Houston. Going down the lane, stops, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Sears, smallest man on the floor, clears it for the Tide, and he'll push it the other way. Between the legs with the dribble, down the lane, the kick to Clowney, near side, 3, bottom.
Alabama getting stops out in transition, and even though the 3 balls have not been falling for the Crimson Tide, you got to keep shooting. Noah Clowney, the freshman, showing you his range, knocks it down, and the crowd getting into it. Timeout
on the floor, 42-27. Bama's lead back up to 15 with 16:31 to go on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Tonight's game is presented by T-Mobile. Homer away. Stay connected to the Tide all season long with more 5G bars in more places on America's largest 5G network. T-Mobile is bringing 5G to hometowns across the SEC. Switch now. Make T-Mobile your hometown network. 42 for Bama, 27 for Longwood. Bryan Passink. Finally, get to see a three go down.
Alabama's third bank first three of the game, and has actually just a second, 2 for 15 as Noah Clowney gets one to go down. But love the offense by Alabama, getting some stops defensively, the interior defense doing the job. Noah Clowney, we've seen Nick Pringle get stops. Charles Bediako, one of the best interior defenders in the Southeastern Conference a year ago as a freshman. That started the Alabama fast break, and Mark Sears able to dribble, drive it inside, converts the defense, and Noah Clowney steps in to a three and knocks it down.
They will bring it into the front court, and now Napper, it's great to see him back. They've got his right thigh, it looks like, taped up, but he is able to go as Cranlin will drive and give it back to Napper, going on the wing, down into the lane, back out he goes to Lateras. Cut off on the block by Bediako. Finds a cutter inside, back to Lateras in the corner. His 15-foot pull-up hits the side of the glass. Shot clock violation. Great defense there by Alabama against a really good veteran offensive unit.
Yeah, and again, interior defense, because you had a couple of Longwood players recognize that Charles Bediako, Noah Clowney were right around the basket. They have been monsters. Changing shots, blocking shots, getting deflections, ended up making the extra pass. Alabama was able to rotate and force the shot clock violation.
Another media timeout with 16 minutes left to play. 42-27, still our score. Alabama with a lead right here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, college scholarships for the children of law enforcement, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on the USDSA and how you can help, visit usdeputy.org.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
16 minutes to play. Bama's up 42-27 over Longwood. Hey, Bama fans, whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab your Tide tickets. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Crimson Tide. StubHub, be there. We are sitting courtside. Tom Stite, Chris Stewart, Bryan Passink. BP, we just talked, but you talked earlier about a rotation and how that's going to be tough to figure out with so much depth on this team, so many parts. Got any ideas?
You're only allowed to have 5 at a time. There's only 200 minutes in a game, and Nate Oates gets paid a lot of money to figure that out. So I wish him luck. It's not going to be as difficult as it is for a lot of coaches who look over to their bench and they don't have many options. Nate Oates has a ton of options, maybe too many options, but I think it's just going to make practice more competitive. Guys are going to have to raise their game, knowing that if they want to get in the rotation, they're going to have to do the little things that it takes to win. And it's one reason I'm very optimistic that this team could be much better defensively because of personnel, but also the competitiveness that we're going to see in practice because of the depth of this team. But one thing that really jumps out at you seeing this team play a real game for the first time is how good their interior defense is.
Miller will bring it himself into the front court, drives to the elbow, changes direction down the lane, tough runner off the right foot, no good. Rebounded Bediako, his jump hook wouldn't fall. Bodies flying everywhere, no whistle, and here comes Longwood the other way. Bama by 15, Napper leaving it for Lateris, throws it right side corner to Houston. He'll drive in, gets the layup to go off the glass. 42-29 Bama.
Good offense by Longwood, able to make the extra pass. The shot fake got inside. It was pretty well defended, but able to finish.
Sears on the far wing. The lefty goes down, shoots it with the left hand, no good. Rebounded Napper. Outlet pass goes to Houston. Now Longwood will run. Houston, tough move off the glass. No. Tried to draw contact. No whistle. And Bama comes the other way with numbers. Sears, Miller, spots up. Three, short. Long rebound. Tipped out beautifully by Clowney to Miller. Back over to Clowney. He thought about it. Now he'll take it and hand it off to Miller again. Miller working against Granlund. Bama clearing the floor on this matchup. Now to Sears. Near side three, too strong. Rebound, though, run down by Sears. He'll go baseline, kicks it back out. Griffin will try a three, misses it. Rebound claimed by Nkirium for Longwood.
Good offense by Alabama. Second and third chance opportunities. There's a stoppage in play. And
yeah, Napper hurt that right thigh again. He's not going to be able to go.
Bama fans and a few guys on the court frustrated they can't get a three to go down, but those will fall. Too many good shooters on this Alabama team, but unfortunately nothing to show for it. But love the effort, get on the offensive glass. Multiple opportunities for the Crimson Tide. Love the effort that they're playing with here tonight. The execution, shots aren't falling, but from an effort standpoint, got to be pleased.
Longwood getting it front court with Wilkins. Namari Burnett back into the game. Same with Jaden Bradley. And Clowney out there as well. Bama's got a double team on the baseline. Turnaround shot wouldn't go for Wilkins, and the rebound control by Alabama. Griffin lets traffic go by. A bounce pass over to Bradley. He'll drive. He'll step through. Tough shot off the glass. Wouldn't go, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot free throws. Boy, he is going to be so much fun to watch as he develops. Talking about Jaden Bradley. So skilled, so smooth for Alabama as well.
Does a great job, as all these Alabama point guards do, getting in the lane. Jaden Bradley, a guy that hasn't developed the three-point shot like a Mark Sears or Javon Quinterly. That'll come. That's something he needs to add to his game, but he does a great job, has size and strength and an understanding. All three of those guys have high basketball IQ, able to get by his defender and get fouled. And when you're not shooting the three well, it's what you want to do. Get in the lane, create some contact, get to the free throw line, see the ball go through the net and gain some confidence that way.
Bradley hits both free throws for the Crimson Tide, and with 14-12 and ticking time left in the second half, Alabama's lead goes back to 15. It's 44-29 as Houston brings it ahead for the Lancers. He will hand it off to Wilkins. Wilkins playing against Burnett. Pretty physical between both sides there. Wilkins, a big old fella. He'll hand it off inside. A pump fake and a shot attempt and a block for Alabama and Pringle. But they're going to call a foul on his swat attempt on Watson. Third team foul this half on the Crimson Tide. Three also on Longwood with 13:56 to play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Zach Watson's first free throw up and good for Longwood. He'll have another one upcoming. Chris Stewart, Bryan Passink, Tom Stite with you here courtside. Roger Hoover is on the SEC Plus webcast as the free throw by Watson is good, and Alabama's lead is cut to 13 at 44-31. Roger will be back with us here in about a week or so.
This Longwood team went 15-1 in the Big South last season, won 26 games, has just about everybody back expected to win another Big South championship.
Bradley, beautiful drive, right side, got it to go off the glass, puts Bama back up by 15 again at 46-31.
Alabama wants to finish this game strong, especially defensively, play with confidence on the offensive end because, as mentioned, Longwood, dangerous, a veteran team that can get hot from three.
Wilkins, who has arms that look like legs, they're so big, drives in, lost it, dishes it off to a teammate. The little floater by Darden wouldn't drop, and the rebound cleared by Miller. He'll bring it front court now for Alabama. Brandon to the top of the arc, changing direction, looking, throws it away. Burnett zigged when he thought he was going to zag, and a turnover by the Tide will give it back to Longwood.
Alabama continues to do the job on the defensive end. Longwood just 22% on the night, 10 for 45 from the field. Alabama, although they struggled from the three-point line, just 2 for 18 overall. 42% doing the job from two.
Wade called for the offensive foul. I'll tell you what, Rylan Griffin has been really impressive in this ball game for Alabama. He's got 10 points. He's got 2 steals. And despite going just 1 of 5 from three-point range, he has been very impressive in 17 minutes of work. He's drawn a couple of charges as well.
He's one that's worked on other aspects of his game. Known primarily as a shooter in high school, he has shown the ability to do a lot of different things on both ends of the floor.
Miller with the ball, trying to back his way down. Got clocked across the head as Darden was trying to go for the steal. And that foul on Darden will be the 4th team foul on Longwood. Check that, the 5th on the Lancers.
Alabama just won for their last 7. That's okay if you can hold your opponent to no field goals in the last 3 minutes. Alabama, a dominant defensive performance when this team gets it going on the offensive end, taking care of the ball, knocking down threes. Look out, has a chance to be really dangerous.
Into the corner to Griffin, picks up the dribble, finds Miller, left of the circle, deep three, short. Rebound fought for and secured by Wilkins. He'll bull his way into the front court for Longwood. 12:26 to go, Bama up by 15. Wilkins trying to back his way down, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound claimed by Bradley, and Bama wants to run. Bradley gets it into the front court, over to Burnett. Namari on the drive, tough shot off the glass, counted, and he is fouled. Namari Burnett, silky smooth as he was getting pinballed down the lane, got the bucket to drop, and Alabama now has its biggest lead at 17.
Smooth and strong. Henry Barrera, the new Alabama strength coach, has to love that move by Namari Burnett, a guy that has worked hard coming back from an ACL tear, but also has worked hard getting stronger in the weight room, and it took a ton of strength right there as he got fouled the whole way to the basket, able to finish with contact and a chance for a three-point play.
Burnett to shoot 1 for Alabama, and misses that one off the back iron, and the rebound is controlled by Longwood. Alabama 62% from the free throw line as they've made 8 of 13. They work it inside, the Lancers do. They miss the first and second attempts. They get a 3rd try and miss it as well, and now a foul is going to be whistled on Alabama.
Longwood has missed a ton of shots at point-blank range, and a lot of that has had to do with Alabama, with their interior defense, but all of it is at least from the standpoint of getting in their heads. Longwood looking around for Alabama shot blockers. Even when they're not there, they know they're probably coming, and they've missed several that they'd like to have back. But that's what happens when you defend at a high level, and Alabama's been able to do that all night long.
Foul whistled on Pringle. It'll be team foul number 4 on the Tide. We've got a media timeout with 11:58 to play. 48-31, 19th ranked Alabama leading Longwood here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with 0 sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court, and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Power for a better Alabama.
Tide fans, flu season is just around the corner, and the Alabama Department of Public Health wants to remind Tide fans that this year it's more important than ever to get your flu shot. Research shows that it's possible to have the flu and COVID-19 at the same time. This flu season, protect yourself and the people around you from flu and help reduce the strain on your local healthcare system, who is still responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/flu.
11:58 to go. Coleman Coliseum, Bama's up 48-37 over Longwood. The best move of the game is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. Old Dominion Freight Line works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. MVP, I think I just saw the best move of the game.
Namari Burnett, we'll give it to him. What a smooth move to get the ball inside, take the contact, show you the strength. And that is an area of all these guys' game that improves in the offseason, in the summer, getting stronger in the weight room, and he needed to do it right there as he took the foul, the contact, able to finish. Didn't convert the three-point play, but a smooth move from Namari Burnett.
Christmas is at the free throw line. It's Michael Christmas. His name is not Jiminy. I know you're all wondering. The free throw did look similar to that, though, perhaps. Wide left. It almost missed everything but the backboard. And it remains 48-31 for a moment. Second free throw is perfect. And with 11:58 to go, the Lancers are back to within 16. In 17th, the biggest margin in this game. Bama against a very good squad, the bulk of the roster back, that won 26 games in a league title a year ago. Burnett's three, no good from the far wing. Another one that was halfway down before coming out of the basket. Darden working off of a screen to the top of the arc. A bounce pass down low and a great block initially for Alabama, but Pringle came down on the arm of Incaruum, and that will send him to the line to shoot two.
He couldn't help himself. He didn't need to do it. He was up high. There was no way that the ball was going to be able to get over the outstretched arms of Nick Pringle, but he came down at the last minute. You saw it, wanted to swat it away, didn't need to, and unfortunately gets called for the foul. But initially, really good defense and the athleticism by Nick Pringle on display.
Bama just 2 of its last 10 from the field as Incaruum hits the first free throw. Pringle now with 4 fouls will leave the ball game, and Charles Bediako will come back in to replace him. Incaruum short on the free throw attempt. The ball gets tipped out, though, and it's controlled by Longwood. Napper, playing through that right thigh injury, is back on the floor. He'll go with a crossover. He'll get to the elbow and then kick it back out to Houston. Poked away from him, a scramble, and Bama comes out with it. Burnett gives a bounce pass to Miller. Drives in, lays it up, wouldn't go, got fouled, a nasty spill. But everybody breathe again. He got to his feet quickly, and he is fine.
Good job defensively. The poke away started the Alabama fast break, and Namari Burnett throws it ahead to Brandon Miller. Had him earlier in the half, wasn't able to connect. Connects right there, and Brandon Miller went in, wanted to throw it down, but Longwood able to get back. A hard foul, and Miller will have to go to the line and earn them there.
Brandon again. Preseason second-team All-SEC pick, knocks down the free throw. Preseason selection for the Julius Erving Award watch list, top small forward in college basketball, a McDonald's All-American, a consensus 5-star prospect, and looking like it in preseason camp. And solid in this one as he hits the 2 free throws with 11-12 to go. Bama up by 17 again over Longwood.
Miller has struggled shooting the ball, just 0 for 5 from the three-point line, but 1 rebound away from a double-double in his first college game.
on the drive, and Carium working against Bediako. Tough turnaround shot, no good. Rebounded again by Sears. He's got a couple there among the tall timber. He comes the other way for the Tide. He gets fouled by Houston, and that will be team foul number 8 on the Lancers, and it will send Sears to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus.
Thought he had Brandon Miller for an open three-point shot earlier on that possession, but thought better of it. Had the angle to the basket. He gets to the free throw line, and I love the fact that Brandon Miller, 0 for 5 from the three-point line. He's had a couple go in and out, but still calling for the ball, playing with confidence. He is going to be a special player. He hasn't loved the way he's shot the ball in this game, but he is going to be a whole lot of fun to watch in crimson and white this season.
Front end of a 1-and-1, and we'll talk a little more about the three-point shooting. As that free throw is good, he'll get a second try. I understand the skeptics saying, well, you're only 3 of 19 in a exhibition win over Southern Illinois. You're only 2 for 20. How can you say they're a good three-point shooting team? Because they track every shot in practice, and there's a whole lot larger body of work in scrimmages than this, as the free throw's good again.
And it's not that complicated. If you have a bunch of good individual shooters, you're going to be a good three-point shooting team, and Alabama has a bunch of guys. They're going to fill it up. There's going to be some nights where guys are off, but for the most part, this is going to be a really good three-point shooting team as the year progresses.
Napper hits a tough floater around the left elbow to make it a 52-37 game, but Bama with the lead with 10.5 to go. Miller works it in the corner. Burnett short on the three-point attempt. May have rushed that one a hair as the rebound is fought for. Bediako saved it, and then Burnett tried to throw it in the corner to Miller, but it's knocked away and stolen. Turnover number 16 by the Crimson Tide. Here comes Longwood the other way. They'll drive it to the left baseline with Wilkins. He'll throw it out high. Catch and shoot, 3-ball, too strong, but goes right to Wilkins. He'll flip it in the corner to Granlund, back to Wilkins, turns around from 12, shot at 11, and Bama will come the other way. Tied by 17 with 9:50 to go. Driving is Sears, cut off by Wilkins. He'll try to split defenders, had it knocked away and stolen. Turnover again by the Tide. Christmas the other way, stopping, shooting, tough shot, no good. Rebound fought for and a foul on Bediako. You start missing shots and you get some awkward-looking rebounds as we've had, and it can get a little sloppy on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and Alabama doing a good job after the turnover, running back. Charles Bediako, the 7-footer, 225 pounds, has worked extremely hard in the weight room, but love the effort to get back in transition defense and force a difficult shot. Unfortunately, after the bad miss, gets called for the foul.
16 turnovers by Bama. The Tide just 2 of its last 11 from the field, and no field goals at all in the last 2.5 minutes. And yet they lead at 52-35 with 9.5 to go. They'll drive and dish, the Lancers will, to Lateris. He'll feed it off on the block. Spinning, shooting, missing it will be Watson, and here comes Bama the other way. Miller into the front court. Brandon surveys the floor, gives it off in the corner to Bradley. He'll drive to the rim, tough shot, wouldn't go. Tips it out though to Griffin. Griffin goes in and lays it in for 2, and you got an injured player for Longwood. Somebody got popped in the mouth and maybe on top of the head as well. That is D. Wade, not that D. Wade. It's Deshaun Wade, a graduate transfer from East Carolina, 6'2", 220. And he is in some pain, being attended to down on the floor. They're trying to get their athletic trainer out there, and apparently they don't need him after all.
Another offensive rebound for Alabama, 14 on the game. Crimson Tide out rebounding the Lancers in this one, 49-30, a dominant performance on the glass.
And let's see, Wade gets to his feet, and he's going to make his way towards the bench, and athletic trainer attending to him, and I think he's had a bloody nose, got popped in the face. Trainer trying to attend to him, and she's bless her heart, having the same problem I am. It's a 6'2" guard, and she's having a tough time reaching the face right now. I feel your pain, ma'am.
Yeah, hope one of their bigs don't get hit in the face. That's
get a ladder.
It's gonna be impossible.
And again, I understand. 9:13 is the time left. Bama up 54-35.
Brandon Miller with the double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds on 4 for 10 shooting. A couple made free throws, and he and Noah Clowney, great debut for Alabama. Clowney flirting with a double-double himself, 9 points, 9 rebounds. Don't see many freshman duos get double-doubles in their opener, and that is very much a possibility with Noah Clowney. Just needs another point, another rebound to join his freshman teammate, Brandon Miller.
Napper will bring it ahead now as they went ahead and took Wade out of the ball game. Napper cut off at the elbow, hits a cutter driving in, tough shot, got it to go. That was Houston who made the layup, and he was fouled on the play by the Crimson Tide's Jaden Bradley.
Nice back cut by Houston, got in front of Jaden Bradley, tried to recover, but Houston able to stop on the dime, go up strong, take the contact, three-point play opportunity. These Longwood guards have some strength to them. Talked about Alabama in the weight room. These are stronger, bulkier guards, and Alabama's done a pretty good job for the most part defending them.
Houston gets the and one to make it 54-38. Bama's laid down to 16 with 8:53 to go. Here's Miller with it near side. He'll drive and dish. Pass deflected, though, by Houston. He got in the passing lane. He drove in. Bradley poked it away. Thought he had it clean, but they say got him on the arm. He thought he had a poke of the basketball, but the official, R.B. Clyburn, says nope, he got the arm.
And you had Brandon Miller fly after the turnover, freshman. After the mistake, trying to make up for it with a hustle play. He would have blocked the shot had there not been a foul or contact.
Free throw missed.
Fans don't like the call, but it was good defensive play by Longwood to get the deflection after the errant pass of Brandon Miller. Nate Oates is going to have some teaching points in the film session tomorrow, cleaning up these passes.
My bad, Bryan. Sorry about that. Both free throws missed, and here's Sears the other way. He'll have it to the top of the arc and brings it out to the timeline near side. 20 on the shot clock. He'll drive against Granlund. Got mugged, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
He's just so hard to keep him in front of you as a defender when he's got a full head of steam, and Alabama was able to space the floor, put a couple of shooters on either side so you can't help off of him. Mark Sears with a hesitation move got by the initial defender, and with his strength and athletic ability, just jumps into the second defender coming over in help side defense and forces the foul and gets to the line.
Sears misses the free throw. Alabama in this one, 67% from the free throw line, 12 of 18. Longwood's only 10 of 17. 1 of 2 for Sears. And with 8.5 minutes remaining, Alabama's lead is back to 17, 55-38. Lancers with it, front court, 2 hour left. Off the screen, Houston gets into the paint, stops, looks back outside. He'll feed the basketball to Napper. Napper with the clock under 15. Works off the screen, gets inside the arc. Tough shot in the lane, may have been partially blocked by Clowney, and Bama will come the other way. Here's Bradley, getting it front court to Sears. Sears on the drive, stops, brings it back out. Laterra's cut him off. 20 on the shot clock. Sears on the drive, down the lane, got tripped, no whistle, ball off his leg, out of bounds. And possession will belong to Longwood when we come back to Tuscaloosa. 7:56 to go. Tide leading at 55-38 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different.
You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
.756 to play. Bama's up on Longwood 55-38. Fans, protect your team by getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Tide fans ages 12 or older are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine in Alabama. For more information, visit alcovidvaccine.com. Bryan, you talked in pregame about this team finding an identity or sort of establishing identity. Well, we throw the words blue collar around here a lot. There is nothing more blue collar than interior defense and rebounding. I mean, Longwood won 26 games last year. Most of those guys are back, and they scored 76 points a game doing that, and Bama's got them shut down.
Yeah, Alabama's in control of this game because of that defense and toughness and rebounding the ball. It has not been a thing of beauty offensively for the Crimson Tide. The inability to knock down open threes in this game, but they've done all those other things, and you know, they call it Alabama blue-collar basketball, and it's been that, and this team has a chance to be really good with their defense, and especially on the interior. They struggled with being consistent on the defensive end a year ago. I think this team can really jump up and be much, much better on the defensive end, and it starts with their anchors on the inside, led by Charles Bediako. He's been out with a foot injury, but he's made a difference, especially on the defensive end. He and Noah Clowney, Nick Pringle, those guys have been really good, either blocking shots, changing shots, getting deflections. And once they've done that, they've established that Alabama's hard to score on at the basket. And then you've got Longwood looking around. Every time they drive in, they're looking for one of those shot blockers. And Alabama's been able to get stops, get out in transition. They've gotten good looks, just haven't gotten it going from the three-point line. Got to stay confident with it, continue to let them fly. I know Natos is going to preach staying confident on the offensive end. Got to take care of the ball. Alabama has not done a great job throughout the game. A little better here in the second half, but that's an area that they've struggled with, and that's typical of a first game.
Longwood with the ball with 18 on the shot clock. Here is the floater up, no good by Napper, but the rebound grabbed and put in by Watson on a nice play. Cut the Bama lead down to 15. The Tide's been up as many as 19 in this ball game, but it's a 15-point contest with 7:27 to play.
And again, that was missed so badly because Noah Clowney was coming over. The air ball was able to be rebounded, the offensive putback by Longwood.
Griffin trying to drive, gets cut off on the baseline, gives it back out to Bradley at 7. Shot clock at 5. Steps back, gives it over to Miller at 2. Steps into a 3, short. Rebound, though, by Clowney. Back to Griffin. He'll try one near side, short. Rebound tipped again and controlled by Longwood. I know it's frustrating, but y'all don't sweat it. 2 of 22 from 3. And here's Lateras with it.
I like the fact that they keep letting it fly.
I'm with you. I'm not surprised to hear you say that.
Well,
Lateras spinning, shooting, and scoring inside.
Well, you worry about it when you miss several in a row and then you start hesitating.
Exactly.
And they're not hesitating. And to me, that's a good sign that these are confident guys that are just having an off night.
Here's Miller with it for Alabama. The Tide up 13, 55-42 on the drive. Miller, tough shot, left hand wouldn't go. Rebounded, though, by Bradley. The shot clock did not reset because the ball didn't hit the rim, and now there's a foul on Longwood. Now, I do want to bring something up that you and I saw when we did the broadcast of the exhibition game against Southern Illinois. We were at about this point of the ball game there when it was a 20-point lead, and Alabama saw SIU go on a 12-0 run to end the game. Now, granted, there was a different look to the lineup a little bit, but still a 12-0 run to end the game. Bama can't afford to finish like that night in and night out, certainly against quality opponents like this.
Well, it's why you play those exhibition games against quality teams, and Southern Illinois is a quality team. You know, that was a point of emphasis after that game, that you can't let up. You got to keep your foot on the gas pedal against good opponents, and Alabama will once again play one of the nation's toughest schedules. And you look at this Alabama schedule, it's not just the fact that you're playing Gonzaga and you know, others, Memphis and Houston and some of the top teams in the country. You're playing teams like Longwood and Liberty that are picked to win their league. Alabama cannot let up against this team here tonight. Hopefully they learn something from that Southern Illinois game.
Free throw good. Bradley hits them both. Bama leads by 15 again. The Lancers try to throw it into the low post, but the ball gets deflected out of bounds by the Tide. In possession will stay with Longwood. They'll inbound it from the baseline. Napper trying to beat the count, just does, getting it in the corner to Wilkins. Wilkins getting it at the timeline, now driving to the wing at 9. At 8, inside the lane at 7. Tough shot, blocked by Bediako, and Angry Chuck runs it down. Here's Sears getting it front court for the Tide. Driving behind the back with a dribble. Picks it up, looks left side, Clowney. One more, Griffin, 3, no good, and the rebound controlled by Christmas. Here comes Wade now, front court for Longwood. Into the paint, whips a pass over to Christmas, 3 ball, no good, and the rebound controlled by Clowney.
These rims are getting a workout here tonight.
They are. Pummeled on both ends. Good looking shots from both sides, but they're not falling. Here is Bradley, the runner. Tough shot, left hand, counted, and he is fouled.
Big time move by the freshman when the threes aren't falling. Take it strong to the basket. Right there, Jaden Bradley able to get another one to go down. Nice left-handed move off the glass and in.
Bradley going to the stripe where he has 8 points on the night and 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Gives him 9 now in his debut for Alabama. A dozen from Rylan Griffin leads the way. Miller with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds in his rookie debut for Alabama. Near still Griffin, good hands on the deflection, but controlled by Longwood. Christmas trying to drive baseline, cut off, pump fake, off the glass and in. Man, they are good and strong, and they're going to win 20-plus again, but I don't think they're going to get one tonight as Bama leads by 16 with 5 minutes to go. Over to Bradley, he'll drive the lane, tough pass going to Bediako, missed the layup, got it back, counted, and he is fouled. Charles Bediako hanging tough inside. The big fella showing strong hands in addition to a 7-foot frame.
That is a big-time rebound on the offensive end by Charles Bediako. That's his 10th rebound, showing you strength. That work in the weight room in the offseason paid off. He's put on about 20 pounds of muscle and able to take the contact and a chance for a three-point play.
A little strong on that attempt. And after the miss, Bama 70% free throw shooting night, 16 of 23. Here's Longwood the other way, trailing Bama as the 3 is up. In and out, no good. Sears another rebound for the Tide. 62-44 Bama trying to get the lead to 20 for the first time. Sears got hacked, no whistle. Threw it to Bradley. Off the glass and in. Bradley, as he caught it and really just flipped it towards the bucket. He got leveled. A chance for an and one for Jaden Bradley, who's not that far away from a double-double himself. Needs 4 more boards as he now has 11 points in the game with 4:30 to go.
What a performance by the highest rated recruiting class in the country. You've got Brandon Miller with a double-double, Noah Clowney just 1 point away from a double-double. He's got 9 points, 11 rebounds, and Jaden Bradley with a nice back cut. As Mark Sears finds him, can't get the three-point play to go down, but the freshmen have played well here tonight.
Does miss the free throw, and here comes Longwood the other way. Napper, a little floater in the lane as Bama was slow getting back with Clowney. He got leveled and is still a little slow coming back into the offensive end of the floor. Sears trying to work away from a double team, goes left side. Stops, looks, Clowney, right of the circle, 3, too strong, and the rebound claimed by Bediako, and then ripped out of his hands, out of bounds, touched last by Granlund of Longwood University. And so Alabama will have the ball underneath to the left of their own bucket with 4:01 remaining in the game, and the Tide on top, 64-46.
Well, if you're going to struggle shooting the ball, you're going to have some chance for second chance opportunities. Alabama's done that here tonight.
Driving in, getting fouled, Rylan Griffin. He'll have shots when we come back. 3:58 to play. We're head down the stretch here in Tuscaloosa. Bama leading at 64-46 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy. With only simple ingredients, water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar. Or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Game day is full of ifs. Like if Alabama can take home another Iron Bowl victory. Who knows? But if you want the most convenient way to pay in T-Town, get the University of Alabama Regents Visa debit card. Tap to pay contactless card technology and Lock-It card controls give you what you need on game day or any day. To order your card, visit regents.com/GoBama. Regents, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Tonight's game, opening night, presented by T-Mobile. Home or away, stay connected to the Tide all season long with more 5G bars and more places on America's largest 5G network. T-Mobile is bringing 5G to hometowns across the SEC. Switch now and make T-Mobile your hometown network. Bama leads at 64-46, 3:48 to play in the ball game. And be sure and stay tuned after the game for the Regents postgame show with Bama coach Nate Oates. Don't forget you can get your University of Alabama Visa check card from Regents. Visit regents.com/GoBama to order yours today. Bryan Passink, all in all, pretty good opening night.
Yeah, Alabama hasn't shot it well, but they've done a lot really well here in their home opener. And the freshman recruiting class, number 3 in the country, they haven't disappointed at all. A couple of guys playing at a high level. Jaden Bradley, the McDonald's All-American with 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 for 5 from the field, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. You've got Brandon Miller with a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. The guy that's leading the way for Alabama in this one, Rylan Griffin, 12 points. Hasn't shot it well, but has done a lot of different things on both ends of the floor. And Bama's freshman, ranked number 3, I've said they might be underrated. These guys, Noah Clowney, close to a double-double. He's played well, but these young players have stepped up in the opener for the Crimson Tide.
Rylan Griffin going to the stripe for Alabama. He's had quite a debut with a dozen points, make it 13, which makes him the leading scorer in the ball game for Alabama.
One thing that's really impressed me about Rylan in this game is he's known as a three-point shooter, and he has not had a good night from the three-point line. He's just 1 for 7, but after that made free throw, leading the way with 14 points. For a freshman that's known as a shooter to get 14 in your debut in a game where you're not shooting it, really impressive.
Somebody's had a blowout. It's Griffin. He's lost his shoe, and he's running around there with just one. He's going to try to put it back on. His Napper will drive. He'll spin. He'll throw it back out near side to Christmas. He'll go down the lane. He'll spin. He'll shoot it with the right hand to get it to go. That's a tough move. But the quick change award goes to Griffin, who got that shoe back on somehow, and still was a factor on the defensive end.
Leading the way with 14 points, played a half a defensive possession with 1 shoe. Very impressive.
Inside, great look. Bediako the flush on the assist from Sears.
Good vision by the veteran. Sears finds Charles Bediako. A defensive breakdown by Longwood, and Alabama makes him pay.
20-point lead for Alabama, their biggest. They can get it above that as the Tide claims a miss. They'll throw a lob, and the lay-in for 2 by Miller. Great assist again from Sears, and Alabama leads it 70-48.
Get stops, can get out and run. Good defensive play by Charles Bediako. That started the Bama fast break, and Mark Sears, again with excellent vision, finds Brandon Miller.
Napper will drive right side, leaves it around to Christmas on the wing. Christmas trying to back his way down. Runs into Bediako, throws it out to Garland, trying to spin. A bounce pass goes right side. Jumper is up and good from the right wing by Watson. It's Granlund, not Garland. I'm sorry, Christmas confused me. And here comes Bama the other way with a 20-point lead at 70-50. Sears working off the screen, goes left side, goes down the lane, off the glass too strong. Bediako had a hand on it, wouldn't go. And then a foul is going to be whistled, I believe, on the Crimson Tide. It is. Charles had the layup. It did everything but fall. And then as he tried to rebound that miss, he collided with one of the Longwood players. And on Bediako, that'll be his fourth. What was a very nice crowd on a Monday night for the opener, starting to make its way to the exits now. Granlund couldn't get the free throw to drop. He misses the 1-and-1, and Bama up 20 comes the other way with 2 minutes to go. Miller giving it off to Griffin. Griffin swings it in the corner. Catch and shoot three. Sears, bottom. Only the third made three of the night. Each of those brought to you by Bank First. Thank you to Bank First. I promise we'll get to say Bank First a whole lot more as the season goes on. And Kiriman inside, misses it. Rebound claimed by Sears. Bama trying to add a little icing to the cake. Sears down the lane, left-handed shot, no. Tip, no good. Griffin. Rebound secured initially by Longwood, but Bediako gets the steal. Sears, three, no. Rebound, yes, Brandon Miller.
Alabama has been dominant on the glass. Another second chance opportunity. Brandon Miller hasn't shot it well, but showing you some athleticism right there as he throws it down.
Caught it, flushed it, one motion, 1:05 to go, and Bama's going to be 1-0. The 19th ranked team in America up by 25 at home in the opener. Rebound after the missed shot from Napper, and Bama will come ahead. Nate Oates watching Sears drive, gets tripped. They're to call him for an offensive foul.
I love the aggressiveness that Mark Sears plays with. He's fearless. Even though he's struggled, and this Alabama team has struggled from deep, they are aggressive on the offensive end. And Mark Sears, with the dribble drive, gets called for the foul. He didn't like the call. I agree with him. But he continues to attack. He is going to have an excellent season here in Tuscaloosa. Great to have the Ohio transfer back in his home state, the Muscle Shoals native, playing well.
Looking awfully comfortable here at Coleman. As on the drive, they'll work it in the corner. Granlund, three, no good. Rebound tipped twice and controlled by Alabama. Miller getting it ahead with 33 seconds to go. A timeout called by Nate Oates. And a great opportunity to get some of the youngins on the floor. And those youngins include Adam Cottrell, Max Charnowski, Jaden Quinterly, younger brother of JQ. Also Delaney Hurd on the floor for the Tide, and also Nick Pringle. Hurd with it, playing off of the screen. 16 on the shot clock. Quinterly stepping back, three ball, a little strong, rebounded by Hurd. Goes for the reverse layup, wouldn't drop. Charnowski almost got it, but it's controlled by Longwood in the final 10 seconds of the ball game. 75-50, Alabama on top. Napper on the drive, swings it over left side. Terrace, three, count it, and he is fouled in the act of shooting by Max Charnowski.
Charnowski with great effort. Been sitting over there for a couple of hours trying to make a play defensively, and fortunately took the wrong angle, a chance for a 4-point play. But what a performance by Alabama. Dominant in this game. Impressive in that this game has not been close, and Alabama has struggled shooting the ball, but they've done so many other things at a high level.
Terrace, the and one, a 4-point play to make it 75-54. Final 3 seconds will tick away, and that'll do it. Final score, 75-54 as the Tide rolls in its opener here at Coleman Coliseum. A great way, Bryan, Passink to start the 2022-2023 college basketball season for the 19th ranked team in America.
Yeah, this is a nice win for Alabama against one of the top mid-majors in the country, a team that is expected to win the Big South in back-to-back years. This is a quality team in Longwood. They expect this to be possibly the best team in school history. So for Alabama to handle the Lancers the way they did on a night when the threes were not falling and the turnovers were at a higher rate as they would want. Impressive performance, especially on the defensive end. And what a job by this highly ranked recruiting class. All the young players stepped up in a big way for Alabama.
Coach Nate Oates will be coming here and joining us courtside in just a moment. In fact, he's making his way here right now. And we'll take the headset from Tom Stipe and will join us for just a quick word. Don't have the box score yet, Coach, but we'll show you the final computer, if not a box score, Coach, as you look at that. First of all, congratulations on the win. General thoughts on what you got?
Yeah,
a little bit too loud for you, or a little fullback? I'm sorry. We're going to swap headsets with you, Coach. Sorry, as we make an adjustment on the fly. We got you the right one, Coach.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry,
apologize.
I thought somebody was talking over me.
You're good.
But no, I mean, we didn't play well offensively. I thought defensively we were pretty good there. I mean, that's a pretty good scoring team to hold the 54, but, you know, we didn't shoot it well. It's maybe becoming a little concerning because I thought we were going to be a much better shooting team this year. Obviously, we didn't shoot well tonight. Turnovers were way too high. You know, 19 turnovers to only 10 assists isn't the way, but it's hard to get an assist when you can't make a shot too. So, you know, it's good to get a win under our belt. It's good to know we can still get a 20-point win against a quality team when we shoot it as bad as we did and turn it over like we did. So I think our defense is much improved like we knew it would be. I just thought we'd be a much better shooting team, but we're one game in. We'll find some shooters. I mean, I'm looking at the threes. Ryland's a better shooter than 1 for 7. Brandon's not going to keep going 0 for 6. I feel like Namari will shoot it better, so I think that's going to come up for sure.
Quick thought on the competitiveness of your team, given the fact the lead went from 16 down to 8 in the second half, and then they pushed it back up, and you get it to as high as 25 before they get a 4-point play late.
Yeah, you know what? I thought our guys showed some character and heart coming out early in the second half. I didn't think we closed the first half well. We got to open halves and close halves better, but thought we opened the second half much better on defense. You know, our shots aren't going to drop. We just got to keep playing defense. I thought it showed a lot of character from our guys with the way they played that way.
Coach, congratulations. Thank you for the time.
Thanks. Appreciate you. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Nate Oates with us here courtside as Alabama is able to claim a 75-54 victory in the season opener for the Crimson Tide here today. We've got more coming up. Stay with us. Our post-game visit with Coach Nate Oates, the first one that we've got all the year, and glad we were able to hear from him. It's brought to you by Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. Back with post-game in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Visit AutoOwners.com to find a local agent today.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryan Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
Hi, I'm Andrew, an employee at BASF in Alabama. As a chemical operator, I enjoy working at BASF because I'm allowed to grow and show my potential. Everyone is like family. I actually like coming to work, and safety is the ultimate goal. At BASF, we create chemistry around the world through our people and our products. To join a winning team and a great place to work, visit BASF.US/Alabama. That's BASF.US/Alabama. BASF, we create chemistry.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Variety Pack. You hear that? It's seltzer with the pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tide fans, flu season is just around the corner, and the Alabama Department of Public Health wants to remind Tide fans that this year it's more important